Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to today's edition of Rocket Launch Sports Picks. We got the Thursday takeoff. This is our baseball edition. We also have Game 6 in the NBA Western Conference Finals tonight. If you're looking for the scoop on that series alongside our picks, go ahead and check out our other video. We got plenty of baseball today, and we are coming off a 3-for-3 run in the free picks. Byron Buxton led off the game with a home run. That nailed the pick before anything could start, before anyone could blink an eye. Brian Reynolds had a tremendous game at home yesterday, going 3-for-4. He was over 1.5 hits. And Logan Gilbert in his 6th inning struck out 6. He was able to get it done. Great outing against the Athletics yesterday in a big Seattle win. We go through those picks. We also got our 2 paid picks that we will go through. We went 1-for-2 on the paid picks for a 4-for-5 day overall. What a great day this was for the baseball picks. Let's go to Byron Buxton. Byron Buxton led the game off with a home run. I believe he also got hit by the pitch. I think that was his non-at-bat, but he went 1-for-3. But overall, the Twins got crushed. They lost to the White Sox on the road in the south side of Chicago, 15-2. The White Sox have played some kind of way this year that many people have not expected. We're almost at the end of May. They are over 500. They are in contention in the American League Central. And you got the Cleveland Guardians playing amazing baseball right on top at 33-25, looking to win this division for a 3rd consecutive season. Minnesota Twins, not quite out yet, but they do need to get some wins. You can see how disappointing the Tigers have been this season alongside the Kansas City Royals. Off to the NL Central. The Pirates played at home yesterday. They lost 10-4. We talked about how great Brian Reynolds is against Jameson Taillon. He got some big hits against him. But in the end of the day, the Pirates fell short 10-4. They had Bubba Chandler, one of their best prospects on the mound, but also their bullpen blew it wide open. You can see in the 7th inning, the Cubs scored 6 runs when it was a 4-4 game, and the Cubs ran away with it. They need some wins. The Cubs broke a 10-game losing streak yesterday. They were running away with the NL Central before this 10-game losing streak. They really lost a lot of ground to a streaky Milwaukee Brewers team. They're playing very well. Milwaukee leads the division by a solid 4.5 games in a division that has all teams over 500. Cubs are right aligned with the Cardinals, the Reds not far behind, and the Pirates. So 4 teams inside of 1 game here in the NL Central, all teams over 500. This division will continue to draw headlines through the months. We go off to Logan Gilbert, 5.5 strikeouts. He was dominant from start to finish against the Athletics, did not allow a run. Only run the Athletics did score was in the 9th inning, and this Athletics team is playing pretty well. They got young players, Nick Kurtz, Jacob Wilson, among others, Jay Langoliers, and they are still in contention. They're only a half a game behind, but the Mariners did take the lead in the division by winning this game. Texas Rangers are only 2.5 back. Astros only 3.5 back, 6-4 in their last 10. It's anyone's for the taking here in the American League West, but do expect that there's only going to be one team and that division winner making the playoffs because everyone is below 500. This is a stinker division. We showed you NL Central, everyone's above 500. Now we go to the American League West, everyone's below 500. Crazy how it works. Go to our paid picks. Ketel Marte's on a streaking Diamondbacks team. They're 8-2 in their last 10, 9-1 in their last 10 games. Diamondbacks are really streaking. Yes, they played a lot of games against San Fran and Colorado, but they really got it done. Ketel Marte over 1.5 hits. He was able to do it. He had a great game yesterday in Arizona. And then we got Jacob deGrom, who pitched at home, 6 innings, 2 earned runs against the Houston Astros. We thought that he would really light the roof off. He had a great start, don't get me wrong. The bullpen did blow the game and the Astros won 3-2. But Jacob deGrom was able to have a better outing at home than he did in Houston on the road a couple weeks back. Enough of yesterday. Today is going to be just like every Thursday. So remember, in case you don't know, Mondays and Thursdays are the typical off days for the teams. So usually a series will go Monday through Wednesday and they'll take a day off on Thursday, or it will go Tuesday through Thursday and take a day off on Monday. Some weeks the teams will play 4-game series from Monday through Thursday. So all combinations of those make up usually about 7 to 9 games on a Monday or Thursday. So less action today, and today's picks is going to be a relatively conservative one. We are expecting the Orioles and the Blue Jays game to go one way. We got Patrick Corbin on the hill. He is a former Washington National. He played for the Texas Rangers last year, played for the Diamondbacks way back when. We expect him to give up over 2.5 earned runs, and we expect Pete Alonso, a big signing for Baltimore, 5 years. I believe that was a $155 million deal that he signed over the offseason to play in Baltimore. We expect him to go over 2.5 total bases against Patrick Corbin, among other pitchers on the mound for Toronto. Both of those picks correct is a relatively conservative 2.3%. They do feed off one another. Usually that means they're going to make it a little bit more conservative in the payout. But we'll tell you why we believe in those picks. We also got a paid pick on Winible as well. Pete Alonso over 2.5 total bases has done that in 4 of 10 games, 7 of 20. More of a recent trend right here. You can see there's even 3 of those last 7. So he has been hitting pretty well recently. And you can see against Toronto, he was not able to do it in the 3 games he played against them last year. Remember, he was on the Mets last year. So he's obviously playing his first real series of games against Toronto. This is the first time the two teams have played together. They are going to play 13 games, as all division teams do. So while Pete Alonso is not quite familiar with the Toronto Blue Jays and playing the Toronto Blue Jays, he is quite familiar with Patrick Corbin. When Patrick Corbin was signed for the Nationals in 2019, Pete Alonso entered the league. There is a big history between these two guys, dating back to when Pete Alonso was with the Mets and Patrick Corbin with the Nationals. In 63 at-bats for Pete Alonso against Patrick Corbin, he has hit .365, slugging percentage of .712, and well over 1 on the OPS with that, with 8 extra base hits among those 19 hits. Pete Alonso hits very well against Patrick Corbin. And today's starter, Patrick Corbin, does have a higher ERA and slugging percentage against right-handed batters. Now, he allows a lot of hits. Let's just put it that way. He allows a lot of hits. He tends to get out of jams quite well, but he's still pitching slightly worse against right-handed hitters. So let's expect that Pete Alonso is going to get some good looks at Patrick Corbin today, and expect that Pete Alonso will swing the bat well. And again, we are affiliated with Betr. If you have not done this yet, go ahead and sign up with code ROCKETUPSB. That link is in the description. You get 2 sweat-free tokens. You get a free pick as well. Let's go on to Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin is not expected to pitch too well today in Baltimore. He also has limited looks against Baltimore with all the times that he's played in the National League, but he did get a couple starts against the Baltimore Orioles last year when he was with the Texas Rangers. Patrick does have a 4 for 10 clip out of the last 10. He has gone over 3 earned runs, so he's gotten a lot of 2s in there. He also has gone over 2.5 earned runs in 9 out of 20. That does include both games that he faced the Blue Jays last year. Now, admittedly, the Blue Jays were playing a lot better last year, especially this time last year, but we expect that Toronto is going to continue to improve and show up more like they normally have, and what won them the American League last year. Patrick Corbin, again, we're going back a little bit different chart on Patrick Corbin than what we showed you with Pete Alonso. Opponents do hit .290 off him. That is 9th percentile. So, he's one of those guys, like we talked about, allows a lot of hits and doesn't allow as many runs as he does hits in the same proportion. So basically, he's like a mid-tier ERA, but allows so many hits. But against this Baltimore Orioles offense, they got some guys who can run the bases. They got some guys who can stretch you out in Baltimore. And with that being said, the fact that Patrick Corbin allows a lot of hits in a relatively hitter-friendly park like Camden Yards, that is going to be a big factor. He has not pitched well against Baltimore in his career. And the outings that he has made with the Diamondbacks, with the Nationals, and even those 2 with Toronto last year, he's gone 1-for-6 record with an ERA of 5.46. That is in 11 appearances against the Orioles, so that does date back to his Diamondbacks days. That is a wrap for today. Those are our 2 free picks. We also got one more on Winible. If you're looking for an NBA video, go ahead and search our channel. We got the NBA video up for the Game 6 tonight. No basketball tomorrow, no soccer tomorrow. We got the soccer on Saturday. We will be back at it with baseball. 3 free tip picks, 2 paid picks for tomorrow's baseball. It is a pleasure to come to you live as always. And as always, launch with purpose.